Can he, though, take a much-needed and long-awaited victory? Hasn't taken victory course since that sole triumph, the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix.
Let's go back down and onto the grid. Can Pecco Bagnaia make it back-to-back wins here in Austin? Can Marc Marquez win for the 8th time here in Texas? The thoughts of the Caddy boss Davide Tardozzi with Jack.
Yeah, 2 questions as Kevin Schwantz goes and gives him a little pat on the back. Davide, firstly, Pecco from the front row had great rhythm yesterday. Victor last time. How much is a big result needed here?
Yeah, we'll see, because as yesterday, I guess that also today with the medium, everybody gets the medium on the back. It's a matter of managing the rear tire. So we'll see, because there are at least 5, maybe 6 riders that can play for the podium, and yeah, we can understand who has more tire and grip in the end of the race, only after 14-15 laps.
And on Marc, what's the plan with the long lap penalty? When is he going to take it?
Yeah, I think that we will do on the second one.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jack. Thanks to Davide Tardozzi. Well, in this very Grand Prix here last year, who would have thought Pecco Bagnaia's success in the Grand Prix here last year was going to be one of only 2 wins that the Italian collected in 2025. He was victorious here in Kota, and then he had to wait until the Japanese Grand Prix in Motogp, the same weekend that Marc Marquez was crowned world champion. But now in control of the World Championship once again is Jorge Martin, who I'm sure himself, Jorge, at the moment just pinching himself, can't quite believe how rapidly his fortunes have been transformed. He did not even participate in the season opening test session, did he, over 3 days at the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia. But here he is, 2.5 weekends into the new season, and he's leading the World Championship. Another rider will feel like he owes Kota something after yesterday was Joan Mir, who threw away the opportunity of a rare sprint podium. He said, well, I was all in. That's what happens when you're pushing and when you're fighting for the top 3. You can make mistakes. Down the road, Mir went in the first corner, was able to remount the factory Honda and take the checker flag eventually in 15th place. Has not finished here, or before yesterday's sprint, where he almost did not finish. He had 5 successive DNFs here in Austin. There's your pole sitter then, Fabio Di Gianantonio. Not had a pole position in MotoGP in 1,393 days. Then 2 came along in the space of 7 days, didn't they? And our last 5 MotoGP pole positions, well, they have been taken by our 2 Italians, Marco Bececi and Fabio Di Gianantonio. Well, after yesterday's scintillating sprint here at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, are we set for a great Grand Prix? In round 3 of the 2026 MotoGP World Championship, Marc Marquez looking to reclaim the crown as the king of Kota. He has a long lap penalty to serve, though, in the 20-lap Red Bull Grand Prix of the United States. Firing away from pole position for the 2nd time in the space of 7 days is Fabio Di Gianantonio. He was in the wrong place, wrong time yesterday, wasn't he, after the first lap mistake by Marc on the brakes into that turn 12. 5 minutes we are away then from the race start here. Jorge Martin, your world championship leader. Double podium last weekend over in Goiânia, down in South America in Brazil. We've made the long 10-hour flight north to North America, where we have already had some spectacle so far here this weekend. There is your 2025 Austin Grand Prix winner, Pecco Bagnaia, double MotoGP world champion, promoted up onto the front row of the grid with the penalty yesterday for Marco Bececi. Pedro Acosta took the checkered flag 3rd in yesterday's sprint, but relegated back to 8th with a tyre pressure penalty. And Fabio Di Gianantonio out for revenge, looking for just his 2nd ever MotoGP victory. Can he be the surprise king of Kota in 2026? yesterday here in Austin, Texas, delivered up something super special. It was one of the best sprints we have ever witnessed since it all began back in 2023. Fabio Di Giannantonio from pole position caught up in early first.